AI. Poetic Films.
Clown Smiles. A poem by Michael Kling. Awakened by the sound of a car alarm, he rubbed his eyes open and raised his head. A dumb clown smiles, always smiles. The blankets kicked onto the floor, lay asleep for mommy. He stepped onto the floor, frostbitten toes begin to split open at the nails, while hands crack at the seams. He cries and soils his pants, mommy comes now, dizzy, with a dream-drifted mind, changes the boy, dries his rain, and puts his band-aids back on, lays him down. Mommy yells to the clown to make the car alarm stop, yells at the frostbitten boy striking him, causing rain. Mommy trips over the sleeping blankets on the floor where she hits herself to sleep. Car alarm fades, and the dumb clown smiles. Always smiles.
In the dead of night, I was awakened by the blaring sound of a car alarm. It was another nightmare, the same one that visits me every time I close my eyes. A clown, a grinning, sinister figure that haunts my dreams. His maniacal laughter still echoes in my ears, a harsh reminder of the fear he instills in me. I am but a boy lost in the city's dark alleys, a labyrinth of despair and hopelessness. My only companion, my mother, her mind lost in a fog of delusions and addiction. We are homeless, nomads in a world that has forgotten us. The poem Clown Smiles speaks of this fear, this dread that gnaws at my heart. Awakened by the sound of a car alarm, he rubbed his eyes open and raised his head. A dumb clown smiles, always smiles. A smile that is etched in my nightmares, a symbol of my dread. The blankets kicked onto the floor, lay asleep for mommy. My reality, a harsh awakening from the nightmares, yet no less terrifying. I stepped onto the frostbitten floor, feeling the icy chill seep into my toes. The biting cold was a cruel reminder of the grim reality I was entrapped in. My toes, numb and ice-kissed, started splitting open at the nails. It was a pain that was both physical and symbolic of my existence. My hands, too, began to crack at the seams, mirroring the fractures in my life. The pain was unbearable, and my small body couldn't hold it in. Helpless, I cried, soiling my pants, the only pair I owned. The grotesque clown that haunted my dreams was no match for the horror of my reality. My fear of clowns was just another layer of the many fears I lived with. Amidst the chilling pain and the stinging tears, I heard the familiar, dreaded sound of my mother. Mommy comes now, dizzy with a dream-drifted mind. Changes the boy, dries his rain, and puts his band-aids back on, lays him down. The boy's voice trembles as he recounts the haunting actions of his mother. The smell of cheap booze on her dirty breath and her veins wrecked and ravaged from countless shoot-ups and let-me-downs. She's a shadow of the woman she once was, her spirit crushed beneath the weight of addiction and insanity. Mommy yells at the clown to make the car alarm stop. The boy whispers, his voice barely audible over the phantom sound of the car alarm. Mommy! Mommy is the clown! The clown, a twisted figment of his imagination, is a constant source of terror. Yet it's the drunken and drugged-out side of his mother that truly haunts him. The acrid, sour scent of her stomach seeping from her nostrils. Her rancid and rotten teeth that no longer know what it means to smile. When she succumbs to her darkest demon, beating and then forgetting about her own defenseless child, alone in this dark, cold alley. That's when she is the clown. Help me! He cries, but his cries for help are cut short by the incomprehensible wails of his mother. Her screams echo through the cold, desolate alleyways, a chilling symphony of despair and madness. Ah! She yells at me, the frostbitten boy. He continues, his voice heavy with the weight of his reality, holding back the sobs of years of cruelty. The harshness of his life is reflected in his words, the biting cold of the city streets, the cruel sting of her words, the physical pain inflicted by her hand. His fear is palpable, a living entity that lurks in the darkness with him. "She's causing rain," he murmurs, a metaphor for the tears that streak his dirt-stained face. The tears are a testament to his suffering, a silent plea for a life he can only dream of. His mother, lost in her own tormented world, is oblivious to his pain. Mommy trips over the sleeping blankets on the floor where she hits herself to sleep. The boy's voice fades, swallowed by the sounds of the night. The cycle of abuse continues, a relentless nightmare from which there's no waking. The chilling echo of his words lingers, a stark reminder of his tragic existence. Car alarm fades and the dumb clown smiles, always smiles. The chilling echo of these words hangs heavily in the air, a haunting refrain that both begins and ends this tale of fear and sorrow. A young voice, trembling yet resilient, continues his story, painting a picture of a life steeped in shadows, a life where clowns wear monstrous grins and laughter is a specter that lurks in the corners of the mind. Each day is a struggle. The boy's words are a whisper, a soft murmur barely audible above the ceaseless drone of the city. Each night, a battle against the phantoms of my fears. The clown smiles, always smiles, an image etched into my nightmares. But is it the clown I fear, or the reality it represents? His voice grows stronger, the words tumbling out faster, a torrent of emotions. My existence is a question, a riddle wrapped in the tattered shreds of a life that feels like an endless nightmare. Is the clown real or just a figment of my imagination, a symbol of the horror that is my reality? His narration ends, leaving the air heavy with his words, the silence echoing with the unspoken questions. The clown's smile lingers, a haunting reminder of the boy's fear, of the life he leads. The end? Or is it just the beginning of another nightmare? The words hang in the air, a question left unanswered, a story left unfinished, a life left in suspense.